Okay, okay guys, we just had a historic day kung saan hindi ako nagsalita masyado sa isang episode. In fairness, maganda pa rin. So, I'm beginning to question, joke lang. Going back to this, guys, so in the previous episode, pinag-usapan natin Leni Robredo running as a mayor, and we look at the pros and cons, and I really appreciate interventions by Attorney Mark and El Professor Ronald dito sa ano yung mga fault lines, ano yung mga challenges. But let me throw this in. From what I'm hearing, and Ronald and Mark, correct me, yung sinasabi natin na a potential tandem between Riza Ontiveros and Tulfo could not be crazy after all. That tandem actually could make sense, especially after what's happening with the Dutertes, which we'll discuss in a separate episode. But at the same time, Leni running as a mayor and most likely doing very well as a mayor of Naga will also, I don't know, is it possible for both Riza and Leni to rise in the next 3 to 4 years to set them up for 2028? Maybe Riza as VP and Leni as president. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, advance ako mag-isip, pero these are things that I'm seeing coming. After all, marami tayong inisip na nangyari na ngayon, di ba? Including Sara getting out of the cabinet, we'll discuss in next episode. I want to ask first, Mark, about this. Can you see, for the lack of better term, a kind of a symbiotic rise of both Riza and Leni in the coming years as things stand, kung saan each of them, they will shine in their own ways and bahala na kung gusto tumakbong presidente sa your VP, or there could potentially be overshadowing situation considering Leni is really a national brand. Si Riza, she's still building it pa nga eh. For all the great things Riza is doing, hindi pa rin siya Leni level eh. So what, again, I'm sorry to folks from Kakamping, baka sasabihin na, ito naman si Richard, nag-echosera, etc. But I'm just being realistic here because nakita ko yung tendency sa Pilipinas na isa lang sinasanto parati, when in fact, what we need is a movement of great leaders. So ako personally, I want all of them to shine sabay-sabay. But I just want to look at the reality of our politics. Mark, ikaw muna, do you feel good about both Leni and Riza potentially rising? I mean, feel good not personally per se, but in terms of analytically.
That's a good problem to have, di ba? Parang mas maganda na yung marami kang choices na pwedeng tumakbo, pwedeng magpresidente, pwedeng mag-vice president, kaysa yung malapit na yung 2028, isa lang yung no choice ka. Si Leni lang ang merong tsansa. Mas sa akin, that's a good problem to have. Kung meron ka ng Leni as an option, meron ka pang Riza as an option, who knows kung merong makalusot dun sa tatlong senador ngayon, kung si Senator Bam, kung sila Senator Chel o Senator Kiko, kung merong makalusot diyan, or who knows, baka ibang member na baka makalusot si Mayor Trillanes, or maganda ng maraming options na pwede kang pagpilian na tataas yung profile kaysa yung pag malapit na wala kang choice. It's either or so. That's a good problem to have. And ako, I really like yung nangyayaring branding ngayon kay Senator Riza. Yung kay Kibuloy, yung kay Mayor Alice Guo, talagang talagang in terms of social media presence, talagang yung kay Alice Guo tumatak talaga sa tao kasi ang galing nung pag-handle niya doon sa buong at ngayon, 'di ba, ang news kanina is kinasuhan na itong si Mayor Alice Guo. So merong pinuntahan, merong resulta yung ginagawang hearing sa Senado at hindi ginagawa lang para gumawa lang ng ingay. So tapos ngayon, I could see she's reaching out to influencers, may mga kasama siyang ganun. Meron yung sa Quezon City, di ba, yung Pride Parade. Si Senator Riza is also a strong ally of the LGBT community and yung soging na nilalaban. So she is crafting branding that's uniquely her own. Siguro ang kailangan na lang talaga niya is more pro-Riza vloggers. Siguro yun. Baka doon na to make pro-Riza diehards. Kasi hindi din madali magtayo ng mga diehards. When I say diehards, sa social media, yun yung makikipag-away para sa'yo. Pag merong nagsalita ng negatibo tungkol kay Senator Riza, yan na, susugod na yung mga yan. So, yun yung kailangang i-figure out din kung paano ma-develop siguro to have her own mga Riza, pro-Riza vloggers, pro-Riza diehards na kasi if you have your vloggers, ibig sabihin merong demand yung mga tao to watching Riza content. So ibig sabihin interesado sila sa iyo, they invested sila sa iyo. So sa akin doon bubuin yung base na sa kanya talaga. And ayun, kasi sa ngayon yung mga vlogs ko about kay Senator Risa, ang nanonood mga kampi kay Marcos. So ibig sabihin meron na ding coming from that camp na natutuwa kay Senator Risa. So maganda yung takbo niya. She is growing her base and she is creating a niche for herself.
Talagang magaling na talaga to si Attorney Mark. I mean, I'm all ears. I'm really enjoying this. El Professor Ronaldo, ¿qué pasa? So what is your read on this? Do you think it's going to be symbiotic or there could be some mutual exclusivity? Again, ayoko maging hechosera. I'm just trying to be realistic here. Ang worry ko lang dito baka ma-overshadow na naman si Risa just before mag-consolidate pa siya ng national base niya. Kasi tama rin si Mark eh. Riza doesn't have that kind of diehard support that Lenny has. Diba? Grabe yung support kay Lenny eh. Lenny is really an institution. She's a brand, diba? And feeling ko si Riza needs a little bit more time to consolidate that. Or baka I'm just making too much drama here. Both of them can rise and it's a first world problem. Parang pumili ka ng daming options na maganda, diba? Come 2028. Where are you, Ronald, in the spectrum of potential skepticism, anxiety to optimism and forward-looking?
Well, kung titignan mo naman si Lenny, nagsimula siya as a congresswoman eh. Diba? Congresswoman, tapos reluctant siya as a vice presidential candidate. At nung siya ay nanalo, very close yung labanan eh. Very close yung labanan. Nagalit nga si Bongbong, sabi niya natulog lang siya. Kinabukasan, bago siya natulog, panalo na siya. Kinabukasan, talo na siya. So it was a tight race. So ibig sabihin, hindi naman talaga unstoppable si Lenny nung nagsimula siya. No? Isa lang siyang congressman at hindi naman talaga siya nagmarka as a congresswoman. Diba hindi siya nagmarka? Nagmarka talaga siya as a vice president nung siya ay dinudurog ni Digong. So siya yung naging alternative poll kay Digong, which was very popular then. Diba? Dinemonize siya at nung siya ay tumakbo for president, ay reluctant pa rin siya katulad nung tumakbo siya as vice. Yung reluctance na yon ay merong sariling attraction. Of course, in the balance sheet, kung nakapaghanda siya ng at least 6 months earlier or a year earlier, baka iba yung resulta. Dahil yung momentum na na-create niya nung siya ay nag-file ng candidacy, nung siya ay nagdesisyon na tumakbo during the filing, ay phenomenal. Diba? Mababa siya. She was 2-3%. Tapos naging number 2 siya. Nilampasan niya lahat. Si Isko nga ang mataas nun eh. Isko was 19% during the filing of candidacy. Bongbong was 20. Diba? Si Sara was 27. Pero mababa si Lenny ha. Kaya hindi siya, wala pa yung Lenny brand when she started. Siguro kung naghanda siya earlier, baka iba yung resulta. Kaya ang sinasabi ko lang, si Risa ganun din eh. No? She's just beginning to create her brand. Yung brand ni Lenny na-create nung siya ay inatake ni Digong. At yung brand na yan ay medyo mahina dahil very popular si Digong eh. And yet after Digong ay naka-create siya ng momentum. Kahit siya ay natalo. It was a glorious defeat. Kumbaga yung victory ng unity team is a Pyrrhic victory. Dahil pagkapanalo, nawasa ka agad eh. Yung glorious defeat naman, yung glorious defeat naman could have been harnessed. Yun yung naging weakness, hindi na harness. Yung glorious defeat na yan. Yung momentum na yan na pink wave. Medyo nawala na yung wave. Sana ma-reharness uli yan. No? Ngayon, si Risa, sabi nga ni Mark, medyo maganda yung performance niya. Bakit? Dahil yung kinuha niyang issue reflects what is wrong with our political system. What is wrong with our political culture. No? Parang naging iconic si Kibuloy. Ito yung pre-modern na what we can do without. Si Alice Guo, ito yung modern, no? Or postmodern that we can do without. So yung mga kinalaban niya, so yung mga kinalaban niya created, no? Paano Pogo kasi postmodern yan eh. No? So yung mga kinalaban niya created the icons which is defining her now. No? Kumbaga si Leni was defined by Duterte, ito ngayon si Risa is being defined by the causes she is taking. To
Fighting
the extent na even Baste grudgingly admired her. Anong sabi ni Baste? Buti pa si Senator Risa Hontiveros consistent, si Bongo hindi. Diba yun ang sinabi ni Baste? Diba? That is a Duterte, can you imagine a Duterte praising Risa? Can you imagine that? So something is going on here.
But Ronald, maybe we'll discuss that in next episode. Maybe it's also Baste trying to signal that maybe they can have a grand alliance of their own against the Marcoses. Kasi he's saying maybe kung
Imposible yun.
yeah, I mean it's not
Imposible
gonna
yun.
happen. But you know, Baste is just trying his luck, diba? But we'll discuss it in next. Before we close this episode, for me, if there were to be a positive scenario here, and this is where I see exactly where Mark is coming from. Kumbaga may parang multi-level market na like each of them can rise in their own ways. So Riza will be the national progressive figure for the next 3 years. And then Leni can become the model LGU leader for the next 3 years. And then, tama si Mark, down the road, symbiotically, both of them could be a good position to run for something better.
Panghuli lang point, Richard.
So.
Baka hindi sapat yung 3 years. No? Baka yun naman yung problema kay Vico Sotto. Masyado siyang nagiging parokyal. Parang kinalimutan niya yung national. Nag-focus na lang siya sa local. Baka yun naman yung naging weakness ni Isko. Baka hindi sapat yung 1 term. Imagine kung si Isko ay naging mayor for 2 or 3 terms. Imagine mo yung impact niya like a Binay. Diba? Kumbaga yung dito sa Makati ni Binay, pwedeng ipagmalaki ni Isko na dito sa Manila. No? So yun naman yung baka yung kay Vico Sotto na sobrahan naman, na kinalimutan na yung national, yung kay Isko naman, masyadong napabilis. So somewhere in between.
Let me contradict you there by saying that in Naga, you have already a Jesse Robredo model. It's not like Leni is creating something from scratch.
Pero nawala siya. Nawala siya for a while eh. Diba? Ang tagal nawala. It's a decade eh. So, kinakailangan mo uli yung local example ng Naga. Kailangan mo rin ilagay sa national consciousness. Paano wala sa national consciousness ngayon yung Naga? No? Wala siya eh. So ilalagay uli ni Leni yun. Baka hindi sapat yung 1 term. At the very least, at least 2 terms.
Right. So in that sense, another positive or symbiotic scenario will be Leni will still run for mayor in 2028. And then Risa will be the national figure, right? So in that sense,
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. So in that sense, that's also a very good scenario that Leni will say, no. I'm here for Naga. I want to show how we can do in LGU level. I'm not here to compete with Risa or anyone. We already ran for the president. Ayoko na yan. I want to stick to local and serve my people and be an inspiration at the LGU level. So that's another scenario whereby Leni will no longer run for the higher office and Risa will be the one na pambato ng opposition. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for that. I think this sets the tone for our next conversation. Let's talk about the third important lady in our politics. Diba? Ang ganda ng Pilipinas. Diba? Talaga mga of all strong women. Ito medyo matapang pero medyo bait-bait nung isang araw nung nag-resign siya. Pag-usapan natin, Teacher Rubilin for DepEd? Okay.